It's noon. It's Thursday. We're past Thanksgiving now. So this is Coffee with Ralph. It's noon. I'm Ralph. I'm your host. I've been doing financial advising and insurance for probably 30 plus years. And every year we come around this time of the year, and this is November. It's Long-Term Care Awareness Month, and it's the end of November. So this will be my last broadcast about long-term care. I made some notes. Hopefully you understand, because I have a tendency to go off topic sometimes. So if I read them, please bear with me. I realize again the main objection clients, new and old, have with talking about needing care as we age is not, I won't need it. It's not, my kids will help. No, my friend, it's money. And while Dave Ramsey, his opinion on life insurance is wrong, his position on long-term care is absolutely on the money. He says, point blank, that the sooner you get it, the better. Long-term care insurance, the sooner you get it, the better. Well, he's one of the biggest financial gurus out there, and like I said, I'm not in agreement with his attitude on life insurance, but when it comes to long-term care, he's absolutely right. So why is it that when I sit with clients, I hear, I can't afford it, it's too expensive? Well, to him and many experts in the senior field, me included, it's not if you need it, but when you need it, and to what extent. To those of us that insist that the conversation takes place, the one thing we can't overcome is that perception it's too expensive. I'm just throwing money away if I don't use it. I hear that. So can we talk? We buy health insurance because we never know what's going to happen. We buy car and home insurance for that same reason. We buy insurance to replace our possessions if catastrophe hits. The car's totaled, the house catches fire, deep frying turkey. That's the only reason it happens around my house if my house was to be set on fire. But in all seriousness, providing a detailed plan for our care is critical. Don't think of it like a last will and testament, giving instructions to my family and my caregivers to what I want and what I don't want, what I'll accept and what I won't accept. Once you've that ironed out, then it becomes an amendment to that. Is how am I going to pay for this? Here's where the test of an advisor to see if he's worth paying comes in. I've seen too many plans, financial plans that is, come to me from other advisors with the wait and see method. We'll address that if it happens. Or we'll hide your assets and get you approved for Medicaid. So wait a minute, the moment you receive the Alzheimer's diagnosis, you're going to move into a state-run nursing home? I don't think so. No offense, but that's BS. Let's look at it from a different angle. Worked your butt off your whole life. You retired. You build up all the toys and the things that you wanted, nice house. So the moment you retire, you need to sell off everything and move into a state-run Section 8 welfare apartment. That doesn't even make logical sense, does it? But yet, with our money and our long-term care, that's what most advisors are telling you to do. We'll deal with it when it happens, and then we'll put you in a nursing home. You look at me if I'd lost my mind. That's what I told you to do. So let's talk about the real issue here, money. It's too expensive. Point one is it's not if you start young enough. Point two, it's not expensive if you compare the cost to insure against versus paying for it at the time of need. It's an amazing figure that was pointed out in different studies from MetLife and the Department of Health and Human Services. Just the cost of care, not including unpaid family care, can exceed $250,000. That's for one person. And I was told by a long-term care nurse, and it's true, that those that take care of the chronically ill become chronically ill themselves and become the next on the line of long-term care people. So what's the real cost of care? It's not just the money. It was shown in a study by Genworth a few years back that helping care for your parents costs you between $150,000 and $200,000 in lost retirement funds. Why? Because you spend less time working and you spend more money on gas and food and other things so you can be a good son or daughter. So why is it that we only measure the cost by the premiums we have to spend now? I sat with a prospective client a little while ago who told me he just couldn't afford it. That was as he drank his $3 Coca-Cola and had a $6 pack of cigarettes in his pocket. Like I said, no offense, but one Coke and a pack of smokes a day is more costly in several ways than paying for my care. But let me do the math for you. This gentleman sat there with a $3 Coke and $6 pack of cigarettes. That's $9 a day. Times 365 days a year, because you don't stop, right? That's over $3,200 a year that he's spending on things that will destroy his health and his family rather than protecting his family. So cost is only an excuse to not look at what really matters. Retaining my dignity and my standard of living as I grow old and frail. That's important. Maintaining my family's composure and unity. That's important. Because the truth is, long-term care doesn't pull families together. They pull them apart. I didn't want to get too heavy today, and I'm not sure that this is going to be a real long session because my notes are just that. There's a huge conversation to be had here, but if we don't have it, someday you will. But you know, we're at the end of November and Christmas is around the corner. So as you get ready to celebrate with your family, ask yourself this question. What is it I really treasure? My money or my family? My independence or my money? This has been Coffee with Ralph. And remember, coffeewithralph.com is a free 15-minute call with me. No pressure, just information. Got questions about this? I'd love to hear them. It wasn't a long one today, folks, but long-term care is a long conversation that we only